So many people have asked me, what is it that you do to stay motivated, to keep going? How are you able to just almost go live just about every day, create some video on demand content, release different clips from the shows? How do you keep going? And that is just related to the YouTube content. On this channel, you don't see the times that I'm coaching people when I might be waking up early in the morning, going to sleep late from a late night coaching call, helping people to try to achieve their goals, giving them the strategies, all of that good stuff, right? You also don't see when I'm actually training for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and you don't see when I'm actually at work. So my day is pretty packed from early in the morning till very late at night. And to add on to the fact that I do have a family that I am responsible for, and I have relatives, I have a mom, I have a dad as well that I'm quite close to as well. So, and people ask me and just from seeing me going live, seeing me create content, from that alone, they're asking me how do you stay motivated? How do you keep going and stuff like that? And I've been asked that for a while. And just the other day, my guy, my Safai, go check out his channel. I will put a link to his channel in the description. He mentioned me in his video, and he was talking about, keeping his content going and and what used to fuel him. And now that he has a different mindset, he doesn't have that same fuel that he used to be. So I wanted to touch on this topic because it was a very good video, which I will link to that video. I'm going to link to it right there to go check out his video. It was really good, but he mentioned me about how he sees me, I'm always going live and I'm always releasing content and stuff like that. And what keeps me going? I put a comment on the video, but I wanted to also talk about it a little bit, in how my mind works and why I'm able to do some of the things that I do. So first and foremost, let me be the first to welcome you to another episode of Candid Conversations, hosted by me, Teko Drauf, where we are engineered to win. And by saying that, engineered to win, that plays a big part in the way that and why I work the way that I work. When I say I'm engineered to win, I really, really believe that. I am looking for different strategies, different opportunities to be great. I am driven by a competitive nature, a competitive spirit, where I want to win. I am always looking for ways to make things competitive. I am always looking to see, all right, what is somebody doing that is someone who is in a better spot than me? What are they doing? How can I, number one, get value from the way that they're doing it? And number two, how can I beat them? It's always all right, I'm studying what they're doing, right? And then I also say, how can I beat them? Because I want to surpass, I want to be the best. As DJ Khaled says,
we the best.
And I believe that is true. Every last one of us have the capacity to be the best. And for me, that competitive nature plays a big part of it. When I'm doing jujitsu and when we are doing our sparring, our live training, we are very, very competitive because we are not trying to hurt each other, but we are trying to get the best of each other, trying to one up each other, and that pushes us to be better. That pushes us to be great. When you see me here, one of my strategies is to work on things that add value into my life, the things that interest me, and hopefully they actually add value into your life as well. I share with you the way that my mind operates, the way that I think, the way that I investigate, the way that I discover things, and it's things lead to another thing. One strategy, I might be on a live stream and I end up finding a problem, and now it leads to a series of shows that I'm trying to figure out that problem, building things, and that is a primary factor of I have that inquisitive mindset to say, okay, how am I going to figure this thing out? And when you add that to that competitive nature, now not only I am also competing against myself, because I'm all right, I I made a video. I think it was a bug bite video a while ago about gamifying your workflow. I gamify my workflow intensely. So I'm like, all right, I'm challenging myself. I'm competing against myself. I'm competing against other people. Even if they don't know that they are my competition, in my mind, I'm like, oh, they are somewhere that I want to be. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. I want to surpass them. And then once I surpass them, I'm already looking for my next challenge, my next competitor. And I'm like, I am going to do whatever it takes for me to push myself for greatness. When I'm getting ready for competition, I have a whole different mindset where I'm waking up early, very early. Like I already wake up early now, but I wake up very early, and I still have to fit in all of my day-to-day responsibilities, from coaching, from working, from streaming, from going to class. And I'm like, all right, but now I also need to increase the pressure, the intensity of everything that I'm doing, being super focused, super dedicated, all of that. And I take that strategy to anything, right? So when it comes to that's my first strategy, like having that competitive nature, that competitive mindset. The other thing though is we tend to be disciplined for the things that we believe that we have to be disciplined for. So discipline is another huge component of it, because guess what? We need to make money. We need to be able to sustain our lifestyle, all that good stuff. So when it comes to when we're given a job, we make sure that we try to show up to work on time. We try to do what we're supposed to. Like that's the hope, is that you're showing up on time, you're doing your job, you're doing it well, and you're going from there. So what I do is I treat everything that I do as a job. I must be there. So when it comes to live streaming, that's a job. When it comes to creating content to release, that's a job. When it comes to clipping up episodes, that's a job. When it comes to my coaching calls, that is a job. I'm like, oh, I'm not feeling it today. Sometimes I am dead tired. I am like, and I'm like, well, I have to wake up at this time because that is the call. That is the time that we have the call scheduled, or I have to stay up late until this time because we have work to do. Sometimes I am falling asleep while working on certain things, and I'm like, you know what? If I can get as much out as possible before I fall asleep and I wake up in the morning, I'm like, okay, I got a little bit of typos that I need to fix, and I fix it. But anything that I see that I'm doing, I consider it a job. The difference is I've met so many people in my lifetime who they dread working. See, me, I love working. So for me to see it as a job, it's not that big of a deal. I'm like, you know what? My work-life balance is I leave my 9 to 5 job to go to my 6 to midnight job, which that 6 to midnight job is I am working for myself. Whether I'm creating content, whether I'm live streaming, whether I'm coaching, whether I'm doing jujitsu. Jujitsu is a job for me. It's a job that I love, that I enjoy, but it's a job. And the reason that it's a job, because if I had just loved it and I just enjoyed it and I was just passionate about it, then I'd be like, oh, you know what? I'm tired today. I'm not going to go, yada, yada, yada. Like I would come up with all these reasons to miss and to make excuses and stuff like that. But no, I'm like, no, this is a job. I am paying monthly to go to do this activity. So I'm going to treat it as a job. I'm going to be consistent. And through that consistency, I have seen so much growth in the past 5 years. June 3rd of 2025 makes full 5 years since I've been doing jiu-jitsu, and it has been phenomenal. I can't tell you, the only time that I have missed is if I'm out of town or if I was injured for some reason. And even when I'm injured, I try to go to see, like I would have to be like really, really injured for me not to go. But if I am slightly injured, I will still go and do what I can. I think a big part of the reason that we fall off, that we fail, is because we would rather do nothing than do what we're able to do. And a lot of times when we start to lollygag and we start to deviate away from our routine that we set, then that's when we fall off completely. That's when we fall off, as they say, we fall off the wagon. See me, I don't want to fall off the wagon. So I'm always going to be looking for, okay, what can I do? This is a job for me. The same way that I have to show up to work in the morning or at night or whatever time in the afternoon, whatever time you work, is the same way that I have to show up for my live streams, for my coaching calls, for my jujitsu, for anything that I'm doing. I have to show up. I have to dedicate myself. And that's why I am a big advocate of using your calendar, whether you're using an Outlook calendar or Google calendar, whatever type of calendar. I'm a big advocate. I have everything scheduled on repeat for the days that I go to jiu-jitsu, the times that I live stream. I have different calendars set up. My coaching calls, when somebody books a session, it automatically shows up on my calendar and I have to be there. There is an app for Android where it will sync, it'll connect to your Google Calendar, and it will use that as an alarm clock. So you can say 30 minutes before this event happens, send me ring their alarm clock so I can know it's time for me to get ready for my next whatever it is. And that's a great app. It is so important that the discipline comes from discipline comes from doing what you have to do even when you don't want to do it. So for me, by me treating it as a job, because I know I have to show up to work, by me treating everything that I do as a job, of importance as a job, I know I have to be present, I have to show up, and I have to do a great job. Sometimes you might be a little bit more sluggish than other times, but showing up, you get into the groove and you do it. So for me, that is a big, big factor in what keeps me able to do as much as I do. That's just me. I do not give myself the opportunity to skip out just for the fun of it. Oh, because I'm so tired, I don't feel good. Look, I will deal with being tired afterwards. And if I have to make some adjustments in my schedule, I make the adjustments, but the times are the times, the duties are the duties, the responsibilities are the responsibilities. So that's how I deal with it. In addition to the whole discipline thing, I also treat things as if I don't have another choice. When I commit to doing something, then I have to, and sometimes it even gets the best of you, right? Because I remember last year, I went, like, the same competition that we just had in March. It's every year. It's about March, end of March, beginning of April. I did not want to do it last year because of so many different things that happened, but I had committed to it and I'm like, you know what? I will be there. And even though the results were pretty much terrible, not what I wanted, but I was like, you know what? I committed to it. I'm going to be there. I'm going to do what I have to do. And I think if we take the mindset of committing to the things that we say that we're going to do, unless something drastically happens, we will achieve so much more. For me, I have a desire to learn, a desire to grow, a desire for greatness. And it is so many of the things that I've done on this channel and off this channel, they have helped me grow for my regular job. They have helped me grow for things that I build. They have helped me grow for my coaching ability, my communication skills, like so much just by doing what I said that I was going to do. I have to say that I believe that my Google Calendar is my biggest asset, because if it was not there, I would just show up whenever. But that is what gives me the discipline that I need to do the things that I say that I want to do and that I need to do. But that's my strategy overall. That is the way that I approach it. Hopefully sharing my mindset and how I see everything as a requirement, as a job, as an ability to share and grow for myself and to add value, that gives you some type of insight and encouragement. I'm not too big on the word motivation, but hopefully that helps you build the discipline that you need so that you can continue going forward. Like I said, I love the competitive nature. I think competition is healthy, and I think that if more of us were to embrace competition, we would get so much done. When you see these companies that are growing, they become into billion-dollar companies, trillion-dollar companies, that is because they are competing with one another. Competition is so healthy. Thinking about when just to finish this off, I mentioned that I'm working with one of my tech barbarians on a technical project for upcoming interview. And I was thinking, and I'm going to make a video about this probably next week, but that competitive nature of like trying to get the best project done because you don't know how many other people are competing with you for it, and you're trying to get the best project, you're trying to outperform. everyone else so that you can be selected, so that you can get that trophy. That's how I see it. Competing with myself, competing with others, whether they know it or not, forcing that discipline, treating everything as a job. That is what is going to take you to the next step, and that is what is going to have you to keep going. Set those goals, and then you surpass those goals. That is my mindset. That is my insight. That is my strategy. All right. So that is it. Thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode of Candid Conversations. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think that I am absolutely crazy for the way that I approach it, or is this helpful? Will that help you to push you further to do the things that you want to do? Let me know. I would love to further the conversation in the comments. I promise I will respond. All of that good stuff. But with us getting out here, do me a big favor on your way out. If you haven't done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. As well, go to techcoachdrop.dev if you want to work with me one-on-one, if you want me to help you get this mindset so that you can surpass anything you ever thought about doing. techcoachdrop.dev, sign up for one-on-one coaching, can get access to exclusive content as well as join the Team Tech Coach Ralph Discord, all of that good stuff. All right. But with that being said, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Monday and a wonderful rest of your week. Tech Coach Ralph, we are out.
People yap about the dreams they chase, big plans on show in a noisy space, talking loud but moving slow, hollow words where actions go. Shut up and produce, get things done. No one cares about talk spun. Prove your worth or walk away. It's about the work you lay. Empty promises fill the air. Procrastination everywhere. Stop the act, just make the move. Whoa. Show your grind, let talent groove. Whoa. Shut up and produce, get things done. No one cares about talk spun. Prove your worth or walk away. It's about the work you lay. Enough of words, let's see the deeds. Don't just plant but sow the seeds. Show the grit beneath your skin. Let the real work begin. Shut up and produce, get things done. No one cares about talk spun. Prove your worth or walk away. It's about the work you lay. Enough of words, let's see the deeds. Don't just plant but sow the seeds. Show the grit beneath your skin. Let the real work begin. Shut up and produce, get things done. No one cares about talk spun. Prove your worth or walk away. It's about the work you lay. Words, let's see the deeds. Just plant and sow the seeds. Show the grit beneath your skin. Let the real work begin. Shut up and produce, get things done. No one cares about talk spun. Prove your worth or walk away. It's about the work you lay.